So some characters in Genshin Impact are very smart, while some of them are, well, simply dumb. In today's video, I will dive deeper into another negative category. However, not a time that would piss off some people. Like the video where I talked about the 5 stars that should have been the 4 stars, as characters without much knowledge are either just kids or characters that bring entertainment, as they do stupid things. Therefore, them being stupid is actually not a bad thing. Either way, enough yapping and let's get straight to number 10, which is actually Furina. Of course, I'm talking about the human one, not Fossilors herself. Not only that Furina tried to hide her identity of not being a real god, rather just a human who ended up being caught and outsmarted anyway. But also the fact that she accused Lini, meaning that she accuses people thinking that she is smart, in the end turning out that she is always wrong, just causing even more trouble. And as we all know, accusing someone, especially of murder, is a very serious offense, so none of the smart people would actually do that, instead think twice before they act. In the end, Furina is just a human with an average mind, or even below average. Speaking of Archons, in the number 9 we have none other than Raiden Shogun herself. Or should I specifically say A, because this time I am talking about the real god, the one who spends all of her time inside the plane of Euthymia. I don't think that it's much of a surprise that she is here, even below Furina. I mean, to begin with, she is missing out on what's going on around the war. Like for example, when we took a picture of her, she was surprised. Why? Because she has no idea how the cameras even work. I mean, do I even have to explain more? Despite being the god of Inazuma, she definitely is one big boomer. Next up in number 8 is Kali, one of the weakest yet Sumeru's most important characters. Now, I won't say that Kali is in the category of being dumb, rather just a kid who still has a lot to learn. I mean, throughout her life, the poor girl has been dealing with a bunch of diseases and has been traumatized multiple times and so on. Luckily, she is now doing fine, just learning and trying to become the forest ranger while also being under the care of Tighnari and Sino. The reason why she is higher than someone who doesn't even understand the current war is, well, because Azrael and Shogun live so much longer, she has already experienced more, already learning about the war in the past, before entering plane of Euthymia. Therefore I will put Kali slightly higher on the list. In number 7 we have Diona, a bartender that wants to stop the entire alcohol industry. Now Diona already works as a bartender, so she already has more knowledge than Klee, but at the same time she is still just a kid. The reason why she wants to destroy the industry is simply because her father drinks. And basically this means that this child has one goal, which is destroying Diluc's business and overall stop the alcohol, which in my opinion is pretty unnecessary to stop the entire industry just because one is addicted, not gonna lie. At number 6 we have Noelle, and just like Kali, she is also fighting for her dream job, which for her is becoming a knight. The reason why Noelle is lower than Kali is because, well, she failed her test 7 times. I mean, don't you have 3 tries at your best or something like this? Despite her working so hard, she still failed her selection test multiple times. So do I even have to explain this one? In the number 5 we have Shenhe. I don't think that this one is a surprise to most of you, as of course, just like A, she is trying her best to get used to the world and get along with humans. In the end, she lives her time on the mountains as a survivor who doesn't even know that laws exist. I mean, she literally tried to assault some people despite threatening her. In the number 4, unsurprisingly, is Razor. Basically just like Shenhe, but probably even dumber. In the end, Shenhe at least got raised by a wise adeptus. Meanwhile, here we have a young boy who got raised by wolves. The fact that he got raised by wolves already explains on why Razor is simply so stupid. In the number 3 is none other than Arataki Itto himself. For anyone who expected him to be at number 1, I still have 2 more characters that I find even dumber than him. Either way, we all know Itto. Itto just being himself, doing stupid things. He's an Oni, creatures that are simply just dumb. And in the end, even though he is somehow the head of his clan, he cannot survive without Kuki Shinobu. Now in the second place, someone even dumber than Itto himself, we have Klee. I mean, Klee is literally just a child who plays around. Now I don't think that it's unfair to call her dumb, even though I just did. But it's just like Kali, just has so many things left to learn, to experience. So I would say that Klee more like has less knowledge than Ito rather than being stupid. She goes around Mondstadt, literally explodes stuff as her way to play, as her mother Alice introduced an explosive toys to her. Now finally, last but not least at number 1 is none other than Chi-Chi. Poor Chi-Chi. She was already number 1 at the video where I talked about 5 stars that should have been 4 stars, and now she is even the dumbest character in the game. But then again, Chi-Chi is a zombie child that constantly loses her memories and mixes things up. Like for example a time when she wasted every player's time by mixing the coconut milk with some non-existent cocoa goat. Although she may have lived for longer than Klee, but she has a very poor memory and needs Baisha to survive, putting her all the way in number 1. Either way, feel free to let me know if you disagree on some placements or have some questions. In either case, this was the entire list of the dumbest characters in the game. Again, don't feel offended if your characters made on the list, as the characters are either just children or are, meant to be stupid in order to be simply funny like Ito. Anyway, thanks for clicking on this video and paying attention to it, and I guess I will see you all in my next one.